I'm Tom from Do-It-Yourself Home Automation, and this is a look at Gaffer Power Gaffer's tape. Now, Gaffer's tape, you're probably not familiar with it unless you've worked on a movie set or in the theater. And if you've done either of those things, or if you've worked, in AV or anything like that, you're probably familiar with Gaffer's tape. But if not, you may not know about it. It is a cloth-backed tape, so it's sort of like duct tape in that sense. And it's usually comes in matte kind of colors like this black. You can get it in all different colors though, usually. And unlike duct tape, so it's very similar to duct tape, it's cloth back, it's got an adhesive on it. Unlike with duct tape, where basically it's designed to seal cracks and has a very sticky adhesive, this is really designed to tape wires down, to cover up, wires that might go across the floor, to secure things, on a set or something like that. And it's basically designed to be put down, to be very strong when it's on, very heat resistant, which is important, and then also to be easy to remove without leaving a residue. So you can put this down on a surface and it'll work pretty much like duct tape in a lot of ways, except I think it has a stronger cloth backing. And again, when you remove it, it's not going to leave that weird sticky residue that you sometimes get with duct tape, especially if it's been exposed to heat. Heated duct tape, like if it's in the sun or it's outside for a long time, can get really gross and sticky. Gaffer's tape usually doesn't. And again, it has that sort of nice matte quality to it. So what is this used for? For one thing, it's very light tight. So you can use it to seal light leaks. People use this if they have a device and it has a little LED and they don't want to have that shining all night. They'll cover that up, or on a surveillance camera, if they don't want to have an LED that's visible, they'll cover it up with Gaffer's tape because it is very light tight. And again, even if that camera, that electronic gets hot, it's not going to make the adhesive a gummy, sticky kind of mess. As I mentioned, it's also great for taping down wires. So this is often used at events if you're going to run a cable across the floor, or in your own home if you've got to run a cable, across a surface where people are going to be walking. Obviously, be careful, put up some signs, but people often use Gaffer's tape to hold that down. It's also just useful for anything where you would ordinarily use duct tape for simple repairs and that kind of thing. So check this out. It's hard to find the authentic Gaffer's tape. There's a lot of knockoffs that don't have the same really good qualities as actual Gaffer's tape. But you can get this one. I like this one, Gaffer Power, on Amazon. It's usually much more expensive than duct tape because it really is designed for that professional kind of use case of people who are doing AV work and who are using this. Again, often for the Gaffer name comes from being used on movie sets and in the theater. So people will often, tape up if you're going to put a reflector up or something like that, you can use Gaffer's tape. Again, running cables, bunching cables together. This is really great for that. Anything where you're attaching something in a temporary way, but it has to be very strong when it's connected, and also has to be, again, pretty heat resistant, and you can't leave that residue. So check out Gaffer's tape. And again, if you are trying to cover up a light or something, it's perfect for that too. Sealing cracks around a window in a temporary way. For example, if you've got to open a window and run a cable through it, you can seal up the cracks around the window with this. Just really useful stuff to have in your toolkit. If you found this helpful in any way, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps.